how you doing? While you might have thought this lesson was about learning green sleeves, it's actually about the technique of rolling. If you want to learn how to play green sleeves, which is a great song to learn to practice this technique, there'll be a link in the description of this very lesson, so you might want to check that out as well. But stick around and I'm going to show you all about this technique called rolling. Now, rolling is a way of playing a group of notes, a block chord, where you want to accent the highest note of the chord. First of all, let me give you an example of why it is that you'd want to learn this technique anyway and exactly what it is I'm talking about. So as an example, let me just play this very first bit of green sleeves using block chords. So it'll be... Now if I use a roll, now the difference is subtle versus, but doing this and separating the chord out accents that note. If I do it as a block again, as a roll, you can hear straight away this melody note there. Doing the roll really brings this note, doesn't really bring it out. There's a couple of different approaches to learning this technique. The first one I'm going to take you through is called peeling it off. So let's get to a close-up and see what I mean. So on your fretting hand, I want you to put down an A minor chord. Then I want you to put your thumb on the 5th string and then fingers 1, 2 and 3 on strings 4, 3 and 2. Okay, so you're playing the middle 4 strings of the guitar. Have a go, maybe you're just playing it like that first of all. So you're picking all of the strings at once. So the fingers are in contact with the string and then you play them, move your hand away. You're playing all of the strings at once, but you want to start by making sure they're all on the strings, in contact with the strings. You don't want to start with it away and try and like grab them like that. That's never really going to work. Okay, so fingers on the strings and lift them off. Now to get this roll, what we're going to do is peel the hand off, starting with the thumb. So we're going to play thumb and we're actually moving the hand down. So we're kind of peeling the hand away and down. So starting with the thumb, you can see the trajectory of this knuckle here is kind of going away and down. It's kind of like the hand is peeling off. You'll probably find this last note grabs a little bit, and it's kind of okay. The reason it's kind of okay is because we want to accent that note. We don't want it to grab like this, but this is the way that we want to start off with it, okay? So just putting all of the fingers on and peeling them off. We are kind of picking with the thumb as well. It's not just lifting it off, otherwise we wouldn't get the note. So it's picking, and then these ones, peeling it off. Peeling it off. That's the process, is literally just doing this over and over and over again. Getting used to the feeling. But here's where it gets a little bit sticky with this technique, is that you don't actually want to move your hand like that. Moving your hand in that way will help you get used to the feeling of the technique, but actually you don't want your hand to move much at all. So when I'm doing it for real, you can see there's not this motion. It's very much the fingers going in order. Thumb, 1, 2, 3. But you can still hear I'm getting an accent with that last note. There's the peel. Once you've got the feeling of the peel, you'll probably find that going is a lot easier. At least most students have found that. There's something about doing it the wrong way first, but it gives you the right sequence of events. It's like programming your mind and your ear into what it should sound like and feel like. And then when you go back into doing it without that hand, you don't want too much movement here with the knuckles. If you allow the peel like that and your hand is so far away, to find to find that note again, and the next peal is going to be really difficult because your hand's continually going to be out of place. So that's the reason we want the hand to stay pretty consistent. That way it's easily going to be able to find the next strings that you want to play in your chord melody thing. So it's the problem with learning the peeling technique, is that you then have to, once you got the feeling, you have to train your hand to do it without moving, without peeling. But for most people, we're going to look at another approach in a second which avoids that problem. But in my experience and in my own personal learning, it was easier to get the feeling of it first with the peel, and then once I had that, I could just try and practice the same thing again without the peel. So the second approach, which some people might find easier, is to start slowly and gradually work your way up to it being a roll. So let's go back to that starting position, the A minor chord. We're going to start with just thumb, 1, 2, 3. Start with them on first, and then just thumb, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. So it is, because that is actually all that's just happening, is thumb, 1, 2, 3, thumb, 1, 2, 3. Gradually trying to get it faster. The danger of that approach for me is that it's not do ba da da, it's bra, bra, and it's that the last note is where the beat falls. Okay, so da, bra, bra. It's falling, that, excuse my weird noises that I'm making there, but you get the idea. So the beat is falling here, 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 here. There's the beat. There's the beat. So you have to practice as well that's ra, da, da, there's the beat. So the extra notes, the thumb 1 and 2 on the full roll, will be before the beat. So working on that as well is part of the game. If you're playing on your own, it is okay to be a little bit more flexible with the time, let things kind of float around a little bit, but you still want to be feeling the beat as the last note of the roll. That's really, really important. The last note of the roll is where the beat is, every time. Once you're confident with the technique, I'd recommend going through and exploring lots of different string combinations. So like if you had an E chord, you could do the thickest 4 strings. Then you keep the thumb there, move the fingers down to strings 4, 3 and 2. And then move the fingers onto strings 3, 2, 1. Maybe just try using the 3 fingers, so thumb 1 and 2. So while it would be possible to work out a specific exercise that practice all of these different combinations, I think it's far more fun and far more useful to actually learn a tune. Now, ones that you might want to check out is obviously this Green Sleeves is quite a nice one. It's got lots of different combinations in it. Yesterday by the Beatles, I got a chord melody on the website for that as well. That's a really nice one. House of the Rising Sun, I've got a chord melody for. And if you go just beyond my work, there's loads and loads of different chord melody arrangements that you could put this to use in. One other thing that you're definitely going to encounter is where you've got a bass note and a melody note, but no notes in between, either through choice or because of the arrangement or the physical nature of the chords that you're playing. So if you've got a bass note and a melody note only, you can do a thing I call a split. So when it's got a few notes, I call it a roll. When it's just 2 notes, a bass note and a melody, I call it a split. And basically you're going to play that bass note a little early, okay, so that the melody note will still fall right on the beat. So the Green Sleeves melody again with just the bass note and the melody. with the bass note and the melody at the same time. If I split them, it's just it's real subtle. Slowing it down so you can hear the split. Together. Always use your taste and judgment to decide where to use a roll and where it might be better to leave it out and just play a block chord or play the melody a little bit more straight. Do go and check out the website for plenty of chord melody songs that you might want to try out to put this technique into practice. Really hope you're enjoying all of this grade 3 material. If you haven't checked out the rest, do head on over to the website where you'll find it all nicely structured for you with practice routines and all of that sort of exciting stuff. I'll see you for plenty more very soon. Have yourself a fantastic day. Bye-bye.